By the end of this video, you'd have a clear roadmap of understanding and as well mastering the forex market in 2025. So one of the things that I've noticed is that most people would get to see you on the other side, which is the successful side, or they'll get to see you being able to experience moments or situations that they never thought that they could experience. And instead of them just being inspired, and instead of them just being able to just see what exactly did this person do in order to be able to just master and as well perfect his craft just so he's able to be in the position that he's in, they'd rather quickly run off to be able to just criticize and most importantly find fault in whatever that is being done. Guys, I've been trading for close to a decade. Right now I have over 7 years of experience in the forex market. So obviously it means that whatever that I'm doing, whatever that I've been doing, it clearly does work, because most people don't really know that I used to be in the same situations that they are in now. Meaning that if you're still a beginner or you're just starting out or you're just starting to know more about trading, I was 100% in that position. In fact, I remember back when I just started, like, I'd see people trading on social media, like, living a lifestyle that, I could only not even think of, because for me it was even way out of reach. But not only just that, I remember back then when the very first time when I just decided that I'm gonna be giving the forex market, a try. I'm actually gonna be going a bit more in. At first, obviously when you're just hungry and there's things that you're chasing, you're not really focused on the negatives. I see a lot of people now focused on too many negative things, but I think that is just one of the best ways that people are able to be comfortable with themselves not putting in the work. Because truly speaking, there's two ways to it. So that you're comfortable with putting in the work and you really go put in the work, go the extra mile, don't get the results that you are looking for, but you still go all in. Or it's either you're just gonna find fault in the next person, meaning that I'm just gonna say, oh no, that person just listen that, just so I don't go through the process of putting in the work. But I just want to walk you guys through when I was still starting out. I remember when I just came across the forex market, I was just searching online how to actually make money on the internet. At first I done so many things. Forex was not the only thing that I came across. I done a lot of things. I tried service, like answering questions in order to make money. I've done things where people had to press links in order to, like, I've literally done so many things for me to be able. I started making having an online business at the age of, I think, 14 years old, somewhere around those numbers. But it was not even like a legit online business. It was just more on creating an account, doing tasks that you were supposed to do in order of you to be able to make money. But when I actually came across the forex market, for me, I don't know why, but it made perfect sense. I just felt like there is no other easier way to make money on the internet compared to how the forex market works. Being able to just trade currencies, which is things that will always be there, because currencies will never really you won't wake up and find out that South Africa or USA is no longer there, but it will always be there. But more importantly, I liked the fact that with bettering the skills that we have, with bettering the skills that I have, it automatically means that there's a high chance that I can make money. So the first thing that I told myself was, I really need to learn how this thing works. That is when at start, not everyone is the same. In fact, for me, most of you guys are blessed to even be watching this video, because firstly, I never even had a phone. I remember I had those small phones that were like this here, and I would just send SMSs, give calls here and there. In fact, I was receiving calls because I didn't even have airtime to make calls. So that was the phone that I used. But automatically, I went and I started speaking with my mom. I tried to convince her, no, there's this thing that I'm really believing that I'm gonna be finding a breakthrough in, which is called forex trading. For her, it didn't make sense. It felt like it was a scam, but somehow she just believed in it. And then, because of my hustle, because I was hustling in the streets, I was still in the streets, 100% active in the streets, plus as well because of her believing me, I was able to just take up some money that I made. And as well, with the money that she backed me up, we got a phone. We combined it, we got a phone, and that was my very first phone. And I made a promise to her. The promise that I made my mom was, with this money, because I can see you don't have money and you took your last money in order to just help me buy a phone, but with this money, or with this phone that you just got me here, I'm gonna make so much money that I'll be able to, whether it's retire you, get you cars, get you houses, do whatever that it can take you years, or even you have to retire in order to be in that position. And obviously she thought that we were joking, but I got that phone. And then from now on, fortunately, I'm around my area, it was in the hood. They just brought some free Wi-Fi there in the area, and then as soon as they just came with those free Wi-Fi's, I would go there each and every single morning. I'd get access to 500 megabytes, watch YouTube videos like this. I'd watch YouTube videos when I get home, I'll just practice whatever that I saw from the YouTube videos. And that is literally just how I got started in the markets. So now this video is not gonna be like, a detailed type video whereby, it's point by point and all those things. It's just me sharing with you some of the things that I actually went through my journey and how you can actually make most of 2025, because with that there'll be lessons, with that there'll be obstacles that I faced, challenges, and as well how I actually overcame them. Obviously, you can choose to listen and apply, or you can choose to watch for entertainment purposes, or you can just skip the video if it's not gonna be valuable to you. But that's literally how we just got started. And with that, I remember, at first I thought trading was more on, the first thing that I got involved in was binary options, whereby you buy and when price, like a minute, when price goes above you make a profit, when price goes below you make a profit. And it was something more like that. But eventually when I started knowing about how risk management works, it didn't make sense for me, because I was risking, let's say, $1 in order to make 0.80%. Like, let's say for instance, I'd risk $1 in order to make 80%, but 80% not 80% profit. It was like $1 was my risk, but whenever I made a profit, whenever I got that trade right, I was making 80 cents. So $1 80 cents what I'd get back. So the risk to reward was very low. In fact, it was not even 1:1. So with that, I was able to flip my account from $32 all the way up to $33. And that felt good, because making $10 overnight on the internet, it really didn't seem possible at the time. But the fact that I did, it made sense. And unfortunately, we lost all that money the next day all at once. And then from there, that is when I started I'm trying to understand a bit more deeper. Most people, as soon as they get their first loss or their first negatives, they give up. I feel like that's where it separates the winners and the losers. Because with us, I started learning more, or I started asking people that were doing it, that were close but not too close. I was like, Joe, how does this thing actually work? And I remember they just showed me the MetaTrader 5 platform, the MetaTrader 4 platform, and they just opened and they showed me how it works. And I was like, wow, this thing is so dope. And the fact that with MetaTrader and how trading on the other side worked, it was just more on when you buy, when the trade goes more into profit, or when you bought and the trade pushes a bit more upwards, you're able to make more money. And I was like, that's just, for me, it was like, wow. And the fact that I lost so much money in a single day, for me, I was starting to see it as, what if I'm able to make this in a day? What if I'm able to make 10 times, 100 times this in a day? And that's just how we done it. And we started going a bit more in, and we didn't look back since that day. So with that, you can understand that in the markets, I've had some failures, I've also had some wins. That was my first type of a failure that I had, and my first type of win, because the first trades that I took were profitable trades. I made some profit, and I was still 100% a beginner. I didn't know much, but I lost it all. That was my first failure. And then when I got into the MetaTrader 5 the MetaTrader 4 platform, that's when I started obviously getting into brokers and funding some capital, trying to play around with it. And truly speaking, if I just give you all of it, how it happened from scratch all the way up until all the losses and stuff that I went through, this is going to be a documentary, because of the fact that there has been so many losses that we took, there's been so many failures that we took, and at the same time there's also been so many wins that we took. That is one of the things that actually helped us push forward. I remember one of the first wins that I got was for me to actually even decide, because obviously now the motivation that I got was from people, what I'd see from people on the internet, the people that were doing it. That was the only motivation that I had. So I just believed, because I just believed that one day I was going to make it, in terms of what I'm seeing with the people, and the fact that other people came from more similar situations. But I just had to believe somewhere, somehow, because it's that I believe, or I'm comfortable with the situation that I'm in, and I was not being comfortable in the situation that I was in, because anyways I was in the worst situation. So what is the worst case scenario of me going all in? So I remember one day I was going to school, because I was studying college, and I was walking distances, I think 3 kilometers to go to school. And while walking to school, I actually placed a trade, and the night before, because I'll trade at night. That's the only time I had time. I'll trade in the AMs, and then in the morning I was walking to school. I walked into class, and then the teacher was starting to speak certain things, asking, saying something. When I opened my phone, I saw I think it was $70 or something, and $70 at that time was 1,000 and something, and that was the amount of money that was floating. And I was making that money literally from the AMs all the way up in the morning. And I just looked at the teacher that was speaking at the time, and they were speaking a lot of things, the salaries of the work. I don't think that this is actually where I need to be. I really found myself within the markets already with just that 1,000 rands in rands, obviously, just 1,000 for me, I felt like it's many millions. And I felt like, like my life changed, like, I can do so many things. But it's just because of the fact that I came across the most rightest way to make legal money quick on the internet. So for me, that felt like, it's a hack, it's a breakthrough, and I just walked out of class. I remember I had a friend back then, and I was like, no, this is what I'm deciding to do. I'm gonna be leaving school, and I'm gonna be focusing more on this thing called forex. And they thought I was joking, but I never went to school ever since that day. I even, all my results, my exams, whatever that I was supposed to write, I got 0. I didn't even care. But the one thing that I've done that most people do not know is I started putting more attention into trading, meaning that I went and I started studying trading. The same effort that I put into school, I was putting it into the market. When people went to school, I was on my laptop learning about markets, and all those things. And I remember, we had many losses. I went through so many things. Some things were very emotional. Some things, if you feel like giving up, I've been through there 1,000 times. You understand? So, but there were situations whereby they gave me hope. I remember there was a time whereby I was still home in the hood, nothing, no plan. But we made like over 50,000 rands in a single week, and that felt like, there's some potential. But at the same time, we blew more than 30,000 rands in a single day, meaning that we made it 50k in a week, Monday till Thursday. But Friday was NFP. I didn't know NFP and fundamentals. We lost all the way up to like 30,000, so we're left with like 20. But just those types of things, instead of giving up, I just saw it as this mistake that I done that made me lose this much. What if I don't do it moving forward? And I'm able to just fix and maintain certain things. It means that there'll be a time where I can make 50k maybe every single day consistently. That's just what kept us going. But truly speaking, the journey was never easy. I felt like it's, in fact, if you feel like forex trading is gonna be an easy thing, it's like if you feel like school is hard and trading seems easy, in fact, just focus on school, because trading is not that easy. There's a lot of challenges, obstacles. But one of the things that I actually started noticing was, for me to be able to trade, like, I need more money. With the monies that I was trading in, it was actually a joke, because I was trading with $10, $20. When you convert it into rands, that's like maybe 150, 200 rands and all those things. And with the ideas and the goals that I had, I wanted to make millions. So it didn't make sense for me to be playing around with those money. So at first, we maxed out my mom's credit card. She had a credit card, I think the maximum was like 3,000 or something. She took a bet on my success, meaning that she just believed in whatever that I was telling her that is gonna happen. And that's one of the risks that we had to go through. Obviously, it's not easy. Your mom can give you her last money in order to do something that she doesn't even know. So for me to even convince her, that took so many months. Most people don't know that it took so many months just to even get 3,000 rands from her. It took so many. I had to tell her so many times, persistently asking her, begging her, cleaning the house, mopping, doing things, trying to just be a good kid, just so she can see that no, man, there's a way forward here. So it took all of that. Even though after we got that, yes, we did get some success, but eventually, there's also some challenges that we went through after the success came through, meaning that, like, we got into massive debts. And as soon as we got into massive debts, I noticed that, okay, even just this money, because I grew that money, I was able to make some profits, but I noticed that still it didn't really help me, and I needed to do something, which is why at first, the very first car that I actually got for myself was a VW Polo, and I actually got that car under my dad's name, because obviously I didn't qualify for it, I don't have money coming in clearly and all those things. But I just also took many months, like many months, in order to just convince him to just get me that car. And I had to show him bank statements, withdrawing, doing this, and I was like, no, in fact, don't even look at the bank statement, because I want to do what we call Uber. I'll be able to make this much, and I'll be able to. But at the time, I was just seeing it as, with the money that I'll make, because I wanted to get some extra money, because the money that I was making was not enough. That is why for people that are actually working a job, it's much more better to keep your job, use that money to just fund and do all those. Don't just quit your job unless you're gonna get like heavy capital. But don't just quit. I don't know, I've never worked a job, so I can't really give you advice when it comes to jobs. But for me, what I've done is that it took me many months, but eventually my dad allowed to go through. I remember I went to the bank, would always go to the bank. The lady would also even mention to us that, no, man, I don't know, she'd always just say so, but she'd just be like, whatever this guy is saying, he seems like to know whatever that he's saying. It seems like he believes in whatever that he's saying. So why don't you just give it a go? We tried many times. The bank rejected it first, and then we had to go, I think, months later. The bank they rejected again. We had to go months more later. Then eventually they approved. But during that time also, even me, I'm learning my skill, I'm growing, I'm just becoming better while I'm going through all of these things. And then when I got my Uber, that was the very first time. My dad never paid a single cent on that car in terms of monthly payments and all those things. I took it as my responsibility, and then I went in. But one thing that I like is that just from that that commitment, me having that responsibility, plus as well I had a baby on the way, so me having just that responsibility, one thing that I was able to just notice was the fact that automatically I knew that income was coming, because maybe on a daily basis I was making like 600 rands, 1,000 at times, but not profit, just the money that I was making from Uber. Obviously I have to pay petrol, I have to put gas in, I have to buy food, so it wasn't really pure profit, but I was able to just maintain myself type of a thing. And then from just there, I remember there was a time I even just started documenting down, my journey, because I was like, one day maybe I might be successful, so let me just note, or let me just document this down, just so people are able to see. So when we do happen to get there, when I say that I used to be in this position, they don't just say, no, you're lying and all those things. If you don't believe, you can go back to my very first videos of like 2017, 2018, you'd witness, you'd see us literally still stuck in the wood. So that's just some of the things that we've been through. And then because of the fact that now I had things to do, I was like focusing more on, so now I had Uber more like a job, but like my own job that I created for myself. Plus as well, now I was trading during the day. At night, what I'll do is that I'll drive my Uber. So during the day I'll trade, at night I'll drive Ubers and do all those things. And then also some of the videos, if you look at them, I was shooting them at night. So because of the only time I would have is in the AMs, never had time during the day. I would overwork more than people that are actually working jobs today. And then that's just some of the ways that we actually went through the journey. And then eventually, because of the fact that we're putting in work, like there's what we call the snowball effect that actually happens. Somehow things started to make sense. I started making more money in the markets. I remember I just made like 30k quick consistently. Like I think it took me 2-3 days, and that was a breakthrough. And money was just coming in from all types of angles, and within like 2-3 months I had like $500,000 stashed aside, and all those things, and it was just different. It was a different thing. And now I was like a bit more deeper, and I had so many things that I could focus on and work on, and I started believing more, and I started chasing more. Then basically just after everything started happening for me, that's when like I got some slight of a breakthrough and stuff. But what exactly did I do different? So obviously, if I actually tell you the work ethic that I put in, most of you guys won't even try to work or put in the work and stuff, because like I'm saying, I'd wake up like 6-7 a.m. I would literally just the whole day I would learn the markets, trade, like I had to cut everyone off, and I'll just do literally all day throughout the day. In the evening, as soon as it says 6-7, mind you, I'm locked up in a room, like a small room, I'm locked up by myself. As soon as it says 6-7, what I'll do is that I'll literally just start the app, Bolt, and then I'll just drive around, get trips. 2 a.m, 3 a.m, I'm still hustling. Maybe when I'm not getting trips, I'm reading a book, you understand? And I'm just feathering my knowledge, doing all those things. And then maybe like maybe around 4-5 a.m, I'm back home, because I'm still staying at home, and I'm sleeping. And 6-7, I'm waking up. Same process, same journey. At times I'll work, like during the day I'll just be working, learning, and I pass out, you understand? Because of that's just how we had to put in work. But it's not just putting in work like that actually made things different. I also learned different things. Like I remember I came across, my breakthrough was firstly coming across the index markets, because at first I was just stuck up on the currencies, but I came across index markets, and I started making a bit more money compared to what I would make when I was trading the currency market. So that is also some sort of breakthrough that came in. So I think me just saying this is you need to be able to open up your mind towards what actually can happen in the markets, because whatever that you just know, or whatever that you believe that you know, or whatever that you've learned years ago, it doesn't mean that it still works, or it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. But the only thing that you can do is evolve. As a person, we evolve. Find out that what you know today is not going to help you get to that level, because anyways, if you were supposed to be at that level with what you know, you were supposed to actually be there, but you're not there for a reason. It means that you don't know something that means that you need to be hungry for knowledge. The fact that you're not getting the results that you want, you should be excited, because it means that you still don't know something that once you know it, you are going to get the results that you actually want, on which it's very important of you now to start being hungry for results. I'm hungry for knowledge, hungry for education, hungry to just further what it is that you know. So that's one thing that I've done. And then, I obviously, it means that I went from currency and I actually involved trading indices. But secondly, I also had some income coming in, so I didn't just rely off of 100% trading, because that was stressful and it was not clear and guaranteed. So I had Uber that was coming in. So yeah, that's also something that I done. I was able to just have to be free in terms of not locked up and stuff. And then thirdly, I had things that I was distracting myself with, obviously education. I was learning, and at the same time I was teaching, I was educating whatever that it is that I'm learning on YouTube. So that way it helped me learn more quicker, because for me to just learn something and then come and share it to people, I had to really know what it is that I'm talking about. So it helped me grow just a bit more quicker. So that is just one of the things that we actually done differently. We learned, we opened our mind up for new strategies, new method, new pairs, new currencies, new instruments that actually work. We also were able to just involve other sources of income, just so we don't just 100% rely off of trading. Plus as well, I was also in YouTube, but YouTube at the time was not even paying me. In fact, I did not even know that it's paying me, so I can't even count it as a revenue stream. One of the most important lessons that I actually learned while trading was the fact that obviously there's certain things that are normal, like discipline, consistency, patience, having faith, and all that. I feel like that's just like the very fundamentals. If you don't have discipline, you automatically set yourself up for failure. If you can't dedicate 30 minutes, an hour a day just to learn, automatically you can't really expect to succeed. It doesn't work that way. And if you're not consistent, obviously you can't even succeed. Like whatever that you do, even me, if I want to become a doctor, I can become a doctor, because of I know that I just have to put the hours, the work, whatever the doctors have to do in order for them to actually get to that level. So it's just more on anything is achievable. It's just you being willing to put in the work. So that's just the mindset shift that I actually came across, because when I just started discovering this, I noticed that it's not even just about me knowing Nasdaq and not knowing this and knowing this and not. Yes, that helped for me to even hit that level. It was just because of the fact that I was consistent towards the information that I get. I wanted to get information so bad and know things that I didn't know yet. Plus as well, I was just disciplined. I had to let go of things that I really liked at the time, but because I knew where I wanted to be, they were not adding value into my life, so I had to just let go of them. Plus on top of that, I just had to believe in the unseen, meaning that believe that whatever that I'm doing here, as much as I'm not seeing results, somewhere somehow I am gonna see results, and it has to pay off. And the only way to convince myself was just to tell myself, if this person can do it, I can too. And sometimes thoughts would come, I was like, no, you don't know this person, what if, and be like, you know what, this is just now more about me. As long as it doesn't help if I don't try, because anyways, if I don't try, I will be in the same position that I'm in. But if I actually do try, what if things happen differently? What if things are able to, what if I'm able to experience my breakthrough? What if I'm able to, and I just worked with that, as much as I didn't have too much belief and faith and all that, but I just worked with that. And obviously, I just had to pray, kneel down, and because of I was in this journey by myself, in terms of I had to cut or let go of a lot of people and things, it means that now I had to connect more with myself. I had to connect more with God as well. So it also brought me closer to God, and I'm being able to just pray and just have faith towards basically the unseen. So now how exactly did I gain the confidence in order for me to be able to know if this works or if this doesn't work? It's through backtesting, truly speaking, guys. I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna try to say that I had to learn this. I learned so many strategies. I remember I learned so many indicators, how they work. I learned so many candlesticks. I was even trading line charts, Hikenachi, candlesticks. I learned so many things. It was just more on backtesting, because backtesting, what it done is that I was able to put 100 trades on every single pair. Meaning that when I was looking at GBP USD, I would test it out with 100 trades of one specific strategy, see my results. If I don't like the results, try a new strategy, take 100 trades, see the results. If I don't like them, try a new strategy, take, and so on. And if I find my strategy that was profitable, I'll try to evolve it, basically make it better. So it was a lot of hard work. If I had the laptop that I was using at the time, on which that laptop was very slow, those old computers, old laptops, and it would literally take me maybe 20 minutes just to open a new tab. Like if I do something like this, you see what I just done now, I'd have to wait for like 20 minutes just for that to happen. So but that was nothing, because I knew that, like, where I wanted to be, it doesn't really affect me that much in terms of it doing that. But backtesting changed things for me, and as well I started implementing trading plans, because I was just trading without direction, without a plan, without anything. Automatically, I was setting myself up for failure. I didn't know. But when I started writing it down, like, I'm saying that these are my goals, this is what I'm trying to achieve, this is where I want to go, this is what I would love to make every single month, and all those things, automatically, things changed, because now I had direction, I had purpose, I knew what I was working towards, and it was vivid clear, because I could see it. I could write down every single day, tick down if I actually followed that or not, and do all those things, on which we actually do have. I have the 100% exact same trading plan that I did use years ago. I'll just make sure that I leave the link in the description where you can get access to it. So, but yeah, I done exactly that. I made sure that I actually focus a bit more on improving my trading plan and just working on it, and having a clear plan that I can follow through with. So now there came a time whereby the strategy was there, trading plans and everything, but at times I'd take losses due to emotional trading, over trading, or somehow maybe I'm distracted. Someone told me this, I can't think clearly. There's this debt that I'm looking at, and I'm trying to make so much money just so I can make cover up the debt and all those things. So I didn't respect my risk. And for me to actually really find consistency within the markets was just risk. I see a lot of people can just come with different things or different ways on how maybe you're not consistent, or you're not profitable, whatever the case is. But I've had many withdrawals from brokers and as well prop firms. If you see yourself withdrawing or getting a profit split from a prop firm, automatically it means that I don't know, you'll just decide, like, I've had, in fact, till this day, I'm still a funded trader. I trade with prop firms and stuff. I also make sure that I leave the link in the description with the prop firms that I use, but I still trade with prop firms, because I know that my strategies, my methods work. But at the same time, I'm more of a, as much as I believe in prop firms, I just see it as a way to just get more capital, because with prop firms, if I make 10%, and it's like, let's say a 1 million rand account, there's 10%, 100k. If the profit split is 80-20, I take 80%, that's 80k. But for me, it's not to fund my lifestyle, it's to fund my trading account. Because with my trading account is also not to fund my lifestyle. Like, I can literally make 100k in a day, but my trading account, so my prop firm funds my trading account funds my ideas and my businesses, whatever that I want to start. If I want to start a new business, it starts there. And then some of them fail. Not all businesses work out. Some of them can work out, and if they do work out, with the profits that I make from the business, obviously I'm able now to get dividends, or I'm able to get cuts from profits that I can share, because also it allows me to be able to create jobs, grow, and have something, have a purpose. Like when I wake up now, I actually have a routine that I actually follow through with. So basically, managing my risk, if I never really learned or mastered being able to just manage my risk, I would have still had the skill, but wouldn't be able to grow or consistently make profits from the markets, because risk management is very important. You can't really run away from things. You can't want the best strategy, but you don't understand how risk management works. So, but yeah, you just have to focus more on learning each and every single thing. Learn the best strategy, learn risk management, learn applying your trading plan, learn back testing. You just have to apply all these things. They actually make sense. Once you get them all, that's when you're gonna start seeing those quick results. So currently, in terms of my trading journey, it's been close to a decade, like I did say. I think now 7-8 years. Started trading in 2017, so when you do the math, like 3 years plus 5 years now, so it's basically 8 years in the market. So it's been different, but my routine is a bit more different. I don't put as much work in terms of on trading that much. I'm just but I put a lot of work in terms of on my mental. I want to think that I noticed that my mind, it actually plays I noticed that my mind actually plays the best. Like, I remember there's days whereby I've made a lot of money, way more, too much money, just because of the fact that my mind was right. And there were days whereby I've lost so much money, like way too much money, just because of the fact that my mind wasn't right. Still, when I still had the right strategies, when I still tried to respect or follow through with certain things, just because of my mind, I was able to break certain rules, and I lost so much money. And on days whereby I made so much money, it was just because of the fact that I protected my mind. I done my routines, like I went through my morning routines and all those things, and then I was still able to make profits on the day, massive profits that actually were life-changing in a way. I still had to make sure that those profits don't really change much about us, because at the end of the day I know that we're still growing, we're still developing, and we're becoming better. So what I've done as well is that I've developed an ebook that's going to help you be able to just think like a trader, because I noticed that I can teach you the right strategies, I can teach you the right risk management, I can teach you everything, but as long as you don't have the right mindset, you are setting yourself up for failure. So the very first link that I'm going to leave in the description is going to be the free ebook. I'm not selling this, it's 100% free. You can get access to, you can download it, you can read it. Just read it twice, read it 3 times. I make sure that it's a short ebook, just so you are able to think like a trader, and then automatically once you start applying whatever that's gonna come after, you are setting yourself up for a win, because automatically it means that you are gonna know how to protect your mental, you are gonna know how to basically focus more on your psychologies, and you'd know what exactly to do, what not to do, and some of the things that you'd be able to see your mistake basically, and you'd be able to see your wins. If you make profits, you'd see why you made those profits. If you made losses, you'd see why you made those losses. Because till this day, there's people that are trading, they make losses, they blame the markets, they blame brokers, they blame people, signal providers, whatever. And if people actually make money, they don't really give whatever that helped them make money credit. They just say that no, it was luck, or it was me, or it was whatever the case is. So basically this ebook was designed to just help you be able to just think like a trader. I believe that if I actually started and I just read this ebook at first before I came across a lot of things, I would have took my 8 years into maybe a 3-year time frame, but obviously it means that I would have jumped a lot of phases. So I'm excited with the journey that I've been through, as much as it's not 100% as massive as how other people's journeys are, but for me it's progress that I'm able to just enjoy and as well experience, because at the end of the day, progress or a journey is more about experience. It's not about getting to the destination. So right now when I wake up, my daily routine, as soon as I wake up, I dedicate at least 3 hours at first to my mental psychology. So basically, whether it's meditation, affirmation, praying, reading books, whatever the case is, I dedicate just that, because I notice it's very important. And then when it comes to trading, I literally can trade 30 minutes a day. Sometimes I can trade as little as 10-15 minutes a day, just because of the fact that it doesn't really need that much time, in terms of putting in the work on the markets. I already know what in fact, the more time you put in, that's when you'd make mistakes, because you got a trade, it's running, and then you are trying to do so much looking at the charts to a point whereby a trade is going into profits, you lose profits quick. A trade is going against you, you are just stop losses. You understand? So for us, what we're doing now is we're putting as little time in the markets, more time into our mental self, into our psychology, and as well more time into just basically growing other people and helping other people be able to just get their breakthroughs as well. So let's just say here you are, it's 2025, you have new goals, and you're saying that you wanna start trading, you just wanna get involved in the markets and stuff. I understand that it's just something that, whether it's on your deepest heart, that you would love to see a breakthrough, you believe that you're gonna get a breakthrough and stuff. It's okay. One of the first things that you need to do is, in an actionable way, truly speaking, it's the first thing, protect your psychology. Make sure that you actually get the ebook where it's teaching you on how to think like a trader, because if you don't think like a trader, anything else is just not gonna work out well. And then the second thing is, you automatically need a broker that you're gonna be trading with. I've been trading with IQ Markets for the last close to 2 years now. I believe it's 2 years. So you can also register with them. They're local broker, regulated. I remember I went from broker to broker to broker to broker, just trying to get my slightest breakthrough. And I'm not even saying that brokers are gonna help you get there, but it's just it's more like a bank. I can't say this bank is use this bank in order to become a millionaire. No, it doesn't work that way. But there's other banks that have much more benefits compared to other banks. So it's more like brokers. Brokers are close to the same thing. There's brokers that have much more benefits compared to other brokers, and things like customer care, fast withdrawals, execution speed, spreads, all those things that matter, you understand? And as well, if you see that you're thinking like a trader, and if you see that, okay, you understand how the market works, Also, what you can do is you can also get involved with prop firms. With prop firms, what they do is that they help you be able to just get access to capital. I'll also just make sure that I leave the link in the description for you to be able to get access to funding. But this is only when you've actually got the skill, because if you're gonna buy a challenge and you try to trade with it, it's not gonna make sense. It's not gonna work. You are gonna lose that money because of you don't have the skill. Prop firms are a bit more challenging because you have a lot of stuff that you need to respect, like risk. You need to respect the risk. You need to respect the daily drawdowns, the overall drawdowns. You need to respect the minimum trading days. There's certain things that you need to respect in order for you to be able to get the profits. But trust me, once you get that first profit split, I remember my very first profit split from a prop firm was the $5,000 profit, and I think I took home like maybe $4,300, and that for me was amazing because I bought the account for like, I think $200 was the amount that I got that account. But for me to be able to take $4,300, even if I buy challenges for the next years, I'm still in profit when it comes to trading profits because of that initial withdrawal. And as well, just being in a community, I remember one of the first things that I had to do, I was in this community, I was jumping from community to community because I felt like they were going to help me succeed or become better. But I just noticed that once it was not more about hopping from community, it was just me finding someone that I could click with, like a mentor that I could click with, and then trying to just be the best in that community. That's all. I just had to see a person or a group of people that I'd love to be like, and I was like, that's where I belong. And then I was like, you know what, I want to be better. I want to be the number one in that group. And it did happen. I was in a group. It was like less than 400 people in there. I became the best up until to a point where even the head mentor at the time wanted me to coach people for him. But I was like, no, I feel like I want to do my own thing. I want to start my own movement whereby I have people that are able to not be limited, but to actually go much more deeper, because with them I felt like they were limited. The fact that I was able to just come, hit, and I just wanted to be much more deeper and go more deeper. So being able to be in a community, I'll also make sure that I leave the link in the description for you to be able to just be in a community. So guys, for 2025, the one thing that I just want us to do is just go a bit more harder, go a bit more deeper. I know that you've had challenges. Trust me, you're not the only one. There's also other people that has been through the exact same thing, in fact even worse. But just look at the positive side. What if you actually put in the work? What if how many times have you said that this is gonna be the one, or this is the new year resolution, but you didn't really follow through with that? So what if you actually put in what if you lock yourself in? What if you actually do put in all those hours, like you put in whether it's 2 hours a day towards learning? What if you actually do just invest the time that needs to be invested in order for you to be able to get that breakthrough? What if you become consistent? What if you can discipline? What if let's not look at the negatives, but let's look at the positives. What if you actually do happen to do what's required of you to be done in order of you to be able to be in a different position? Just picture your life like let's say picture yourself. Obviously right now, if you are not in the right position or in the best position that you are happy about, it means that if you continue doing the same thing, you are going to be in the same position next year exactly at this time. Nothing's going to change. But if you really want to change something, you really need to change certain things. You need to cut certain things off. You need to sacrifice certain things. You need to do things that you've never really done before. And that is the only way that you are going to experience a different breakthrough. I can tell you the strategies that I use. I can tell you the brokers that I trade with. I can tell you the prop firms. I can tell you communities. I can tell you literally anything. But at the end of the day, it's more on application. It's you applying. It's you being able to just apply the things that you believe are going to work out for you, because that is the only way that a breakthrough is going to happen. And I just decided that I want to make this video just so I can speak with that one person. I'm not trying to speak with hundreds and thousands of people. I just want to speak with that one person. That one person that I know that they believe, and maybe because of the fact that they had some challenges and obstacles and hiccups, they wanted to give up. But because of the fact that now it's a brand new year and there's more opportunity, more time, right now is when you actually can go a bit more deeper. And I remember one of the people even mentioned that imagine you put in the work, give the best of your ability for the next, let's say 365 days. Where do you think you're going to be? There's 100% chance that you're going to be in a 100% different position than you are in now. That is guaranteed. If you just work on something consistently for all those days, you are going to be, but not everyone is going to put in the work. That's just what separates winners and with the people that are getting the same results year in, year out, year in, year out. But for now, guys, it's I don't know what time is it. It's now 12 a.m. If you don't believe me, just check the time here. It's now 12 a.m. You can simply see right here, here's the time. It's now 12 a.m. and here I am talking to you and trying to just get this message through to you. It's just because of the fact that I believe that you guys are, whoever's gonna watch this video, you really need to know this information, this knowledge. But the one thing that you can do, I'm not charging you for this video, for this knowledge, and it took me 8 years for me to discover or know the things that I just shared, but I'm not even charging you for this. The only thing that you can do is to like this video, and at the same time, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. My goal is to grow my YouTube channel, so if you can just subscribe, that would help me massively. And on top of that, if you can just comment with some of the topics that you'd want me to cover for you, that will also help. And the best thing that you can do right now is to start thinking like a trader. And the only way that you can set yourself up for a success is to get our ebook. That is just the first link that is in the description box. I will see you in the next YouTube video. It is your boy, Mutupi, and I thank you so much for watching.